Kayaka means good morning to you. Oh my God. Guess what I'm doing? I'm moving to my Vegas nerves. Not Las Vegas, but Vegas nerves, which is the nerves that connects your sensory, and it goes from your brainstem all the way into your colon. And so that's a whole different enchilada about Vegas nerves. So, but yesterday I had a wonderful, wonderful time going on Oyakoko Day. Oyakoko Day is in Japanese mean take your parents out for adventure day. And for me right now is I've been gone from Hawaii for a while, and I came and went and wasn't here because I was so busy learning and growing and really eat, pray, and love. And that's why I got some healthy muscles and fats that I'm gonna be naturally trying to lose weight. I don't want to be too thin like a moyashi or bean sprout because I gotta lift a lot, for my life, for my business, for doing things, whether I'm lifting dogs or lifting heavy stuff or lifting roshi, what I did with my mom yesterday. You gotta have the chikaramochi, and so health is really the true wealth, because if you're healthy, you can use your whole entire temple, your body, to help one another, and so for me is, it's kind of sad when people start to pick on you about how you look, what you wear, or what you say. Guess what? I used to be like that, and I just said, whatevers. Because it is whatevers. Maybe that's their issue, but it's really not mine. I mean, how many times, and especially in Japan, they always say, arama, chotto futotta na. Chotto. Oh, you came a little bit fat, yeah? And they have a very blunt way of saying that, which is good and which is bad, because bad, you're like, oh, you get like anybody else, but good in a way that it makes you realize that, yes, I did. Because when you do have this up and down thing, it's because you're going through so much anxiety, so much stress, so much inner problem. And that's why it's always good to open up your vagus nerve, because we have exactly 33 segments in our spine. And what else? We were created as a body from the spine. And so if you don't open up those vagus nerve, and your spines are not going to be able to stretch and wake up some of your sensories. And so, like I said, I can go on and on and on and on and on about that. But really, yesterday I had such a wonderful time, and I said to myself, I'm going to tape this moment, because she always says she's nandemo shitteru no Yoshiko-chan. What she is, and she taught me yesterday, she's been saying this, nekata, the way you sleep, whether in whatever beliefs you have to, like cemetery, they have a certain way of facing the ohaka, the gravestone, and so it's very interesting on how it's all lined up. And so that's another thing. And so she started to say that, and I started to like literally with my mom at the graveyard site, start to do the compass on everything, because you kind of want to do that for your own self, your own life. And she taught me, And it was funny because right over there, she's like, I told you so. Because I'm nandemo shitteru no Yoshiko-chan. Was so super cute. And so those kind of moments, you need to heighten up and waken up by listening to your elderlies, your kapunas. And I've been saying that because, I miss that when I was gone. I didn't have the opportunity. And you never know. But for me, I had to, and everybody, we all are so busy, because we have to take care every day of our life on what is the outer side. We have to work, we have to take care of kids, we have to take care of our husband, we have to take care of our wife, we have to do a whole bunch of million things. But just sit one day and create it as Oyakoko Day. And spend that time with your parents, your elderlies. And if they passed on, like my mommy said, we were we were driving over there and she was, blah, 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 blah. And I put it on my YouTube segment because I think, and I'm so lucky that my mom is, tell it like it is. I mean, she's like already 80 something. She don't hold back already. She goes, which is great because she's leaving these information that has been slowly, and I'll show you that because we went to, the National Cemetery yesterday to pay respect to my, dad and my mom. Can you believe for the past 9 years, she has been going to every single rain, shine, whatever for the last 9 years to see my dad. And that's like 108 days. 8 times, over 100 times every single month. And, I'm so glad that my sister takes her or she drives by herself or, but right now she stopped kind of, driving by herself. So, which is good because now, these kind of, and then you sit there and you learn. And I didn't know that, he was like our group leader at Hawaii Kai Baptist Church, Asa Yoshimoto. Wow, he was the first one who, really, him and his family, such beautiful. And I didn't know. My mommy was telling me the story. Look, Yoshimoto-san ga soko ni iru yo. I said, Ara, Asa. And it was really interesting because that was the first time, because of our conversation, about my mom coming there and she's telling me the story, who was here and all this, which is so good. And, that's one corner I'm going to create for also my Japanese speaking and understanding peeps out there, mashi mashi, that I'm going to be making that corner with my mommy. And since she said that and she announced it, nandemo shitteru no Yoshiko-chan, I'm going to go and create that side of the program also on my YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe because I have so much different channels that, because it's so funny because I was telling my mom, it's so funny because I stopped watching TV because she knows I don't watch TV anymore. And it's just sitting there and I'm like doing my spring cleaning. I'm probably going to move that thing because I don't need it over there. And anyways, so, we was talking and I was thinking, we was talking about the construction, how it was and this and that. We were talking about Japanese program and I said, I know. Long time ago, I used to always watch all these Japanese programs and we're just, nostalgically talking about these programs and we were saying that, and I was explaining to her that, I have so much different kinds of people I meet and so much different subject that I'm creating this, YouTube channel. And so, and which was so funny because out of the blues, I don't know why, my first graphic designer for my website, Kenta Nemoto, he popped out of nowhere. And that's one thing great about Facebook. Out of nowhere, these people come up. And so I was like, ara. And then we end up, I don't know what time it was, we end up talking, and he goes, oh my God, this is so weird. I was literally just thinking about you. Like, literally. And I said, well, that's how Akai Himo works. It's how, like I said, your sensory, the vagus nerves work. And if you open that up, can you imagine all that huge antenna vibration sensory goes out? And for some reason, Kenta, he went in after, he started after Kalani High School, I think. I don't know how I met him. I was trying to think how I met him. But anyways, and then there was Eric Nakagawa, who ended up to do that cat stuff. And there was, yeah, so these guys just graduated literally. And, you know, I was like, okay, work on my website. And they did a fabulous job, because I have no idea, because that's not my profession. I was Coco Jour. So it was so cute that we had this great, great conversation. And, you know, and that's one thing about life, is that we're all storytellers. You know, he was telling me that he's now back from, you know, Germany, and he's out in the Big Island becoming a farmer, a kako farmer. You know, he's going to be making chocoretto. So I'm so happy. I can't wait to taste this wonderful chocolate. And, you know, it is. And it's funny because even the other time I saw Mike, him too, after my, yeah, and it's so funny because I don't have kids. And all these beautiful mind, young kids who graduated from high school or going through high school, or even little keikis that, you know, I encounter, I don't know how and when and why, but I see them now, and some are, you know, like my niece who turned into Braniko-chan into a, you know, doctor, a pharmacist. She has 2 degrees. Woo! You know, and then I see some of my, you know, my Hanai kids' friend. They have grown up so beautiful. One is a pilot. One is, you know, working for Hawaiian Airlines. One is a mommy of 3, 4 kids. You know, and so this is life. And so, you know, it's time that we all need to really start to collect our energy and spend time and understand. Because of her, I started to go. And then I call it our Bobora tour, me and my mommy, you know, because it's literally like a tour. So we always go and pick up the flowers. And I was like, you know, mommy, after I, you know, have my garden, we don't need to go and pick flowers anymore. She said, I know, that's what I was thinking. So anyways, so then we went into Punch Bowl, and then we went to pay respect. I met so much beautiful people that you can see, you know, that I never know. I mean, this one lady was doing gardening out there, and she knows about her flowers. Wow. Very knowledgeable facts that you can also learn, you know, and you just need to like really awaken your sensory and thank them. I'm like, wow, that's some very mindful things that she's doing. And I say it out loud. And she felt good, and she ended up teaching me a whole bunch of stuff. And so this is something that, you know, start working on, because we've already, you know, 3 days has passed, and whew, this is the journal I started. Full moon, I wrote April 12, because full moon was the 11th. I wrote April 12, hello life. What a wonderful feeling, and grateful to this. Bliss. Love, Monica, 1:54 p.m. And, you know, I validated, like I said, a contract. You need to make a commitment to all of this. Because if you go chora somewhere else and do something else, it's not going to take you where you need to do. And so, you know, I've been working on my homework and working and laying out my foundation for my website and stuff like that. But also during that time, I am cleaning up. You need to, and this is the most beautiful, look. And my mommy was so nosy, she had to go and find out what I was doing. And then I was telling her, I said, well, Mama, you know, after life, you have a beautiful place at my home where I'm going to put all of my dogs and my daddy and my grandpa and grandma from Japan and my aunt into this. And so what was really trippy, okay, is that I got the phone. Alexa, open my compass. She's taking forever. Well, that means stay tuned because she's not answering me. Aloha.